Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are here for how Microsoft's mandatory platform changes will impact your business, and also how ABS and Comsys can help you prepare. I will start with a brief introduction. My name Oh, I got muted there. Sorry. I'll start over. My name is Trevor Bohannan. I'm the Chief Technology Officer here at Comsys. I've got about 20 years of experience in IT as a whole, with a focus on operational execution, with business process improvements being prioritized in everything that I do. Now, as a whole, we are representing from ABS, Accelerated Business Solutions, as well as Comsys. ABS is a technology service provider focused on office equipment industry, trusted by over 3,000 businesses across all these different sectors, and is known for world-class service, competitive pricing, and long-term client relationships. While Comsys is a technology service provider focused on anything from IT and cloud, cybersecurity, and voice, but any technology that touches your environment, your business, your network. We have an expertise in Microsoft 365, compliance in different verticals and industries, as well as IT and automations that associate together. And known for strategic people-first approach to transforming IT into a growth engine for your business. Just some webinar housekeeping items. We will have Q&A at the end. Chat or Q&A is open for questions, and we will have a recording of this available upon request, as well as for anybody that registered or attends. We'll dive right in and let's talk about what's changing. Microsoft is fundamentally reshaping its entire printing architecture. So they're transitioning away from the decades-old driver-based model and moving to a fully cloud-first, driverless approach. So first up, Microsoft has announced the retirement of third-party print drivers. These are the traditional manufacturer-specific drivers that businesses have used for years. We've seen the introduction of the modern print platform. This includes IPP Class Drivers. IPP stands for the Internet Printing Protocol, and Universal Print is being part of that. And then also Windows Protected Print being introduced. Also, they will begin phasing out driver publishing for Windows via Windows Update. In 2025, it's already started, and by 2027, support will end entirely for those drivers via Windows Update. So now that we know what's changing, let's look at what's replacing the old driver model. So Microsoft's modern print platform is built around those three integrated parts that I mentioned. The IPP class driver, it's a universal driverless protocol that speaks the same language across all brands and all devices. IPP, again, this is Internet Printing Protocol. There's no test at the end of this, but I will probably be using that term a lot. So in those three aspects, Universal Print, this is a cloud native service that's built into Microsoft 365. That lets users print from anywhere without a print server being present. And then Universal Print, something that we've seen introduced prior, allowing us to utilize those IPP class drivers and use them in any Windows devices, as well as starting to move into other devices that are 365 connected or compliant. And then also that Windows protected print. So this is a security framework that enforces driverless printing and blocks that legacy driver use entirely. This is something being enabled in environments, and it's also something that we're seeing breaking lots of printing functions when enabled. These three things work together to provide that consistent, secure, and scalable print experience that everybody wants and desires. Because traditionally, PCs have communicated with printers by installing drivers. And with modern print, printers communicate to the PCs without the need to install the drivers. This creates that experience with that improved security, that compatibility, and also overall reliability. So instead of installing a different driver for every printer across different architectures, across different locations or departments, Windows now treats printing like it's an email. It's standardized, it's cloud connected, and it's always up to date. So this platform is the foundation for everything else that we'll talk about today, including how it affects features, compliance, and your print roadmap inside of your business. But the bottom line is your current workflows, your drivers, driver libraries, print servers, custom tray mappings, finishing tools, they're all at risk of breaking or becoming obsolete if you do nothing. This is the biggest shakeup in enterprise printing in over a decade, and every organization relies on printing, and that will affect everybody. And so we need to adapt and prepare. So now that we've covered Microsoft Modern Print Platform and its benefits and that standardization, that security, that cloud integration, let's shift to what's not coming along for the ride. One of the key limitations of the new model is that it's built around the IPP Class Driver, a standardized language that works great for that basic printing, but doesn't include the support for all the advanced finishing and control features that OEM or original equipment manufacturers and their drivers traditionally provide. In short, if a print feature isn't exposed through the IPP protocol, it won't work in this new world. So some clarified key risks: finishing features, things like stapling, hole punch, booklet making, saddle stitching, these all rely heavily on manufacturer-specific drivers. These features will not be available through the IPP class driver, even if your hardware supports it. Secure or pen printing, so pen-based or badge release print jobs are not natively supported in Universal Print unless the OEM has explicitly developed a compatible connector or an API integration. Tray control and custom workflows, assigning print jobs to specific trays or using special media types, or setting up location and department-based workflows may no longer function as expected. These features often rely on custom profiles embedded in those drivers that we're using currently. And then also importantly, the cost accounting and quotas. So features like per user page tracking, cost centers, or department billing often depend on those OEM utilities or scripts that tie into driver behavior and may break or become unusable in this new world. So while modern print simplifies management and it definitely boosts some of the security related to it, it comes at the cost of customizability and legacy control. So that's why planning ahead is so critical. With the traditional drivers going away, compliance becomes a serious concern. So especially in regulated industries, some risks include documents printing immediately without that user verification, exposing sensitive HR or patient data. Could be losing visibility into who printed what and when, and a lack of job auditing or tracking. And that's a problem if you're bound by HIPAA, SOX, GLBA, any of these other industry norms. So to address this, Microsoft's Universal Print can be secured using Azure AD groups or Entra ID groups, pull print workflows, and also TLS encrypted connections. But for full compliance, including the job tracking, usage logging, department level reporting, we recommend pairing Universal Print with a third-party print management solution. This gives you the control and visibility you've had with the traditional drivers, but without compromising the security and the flexibility of modern print. So looking into the future and how to prepare yourself is broken down here today into these three pillars: technology and infrastructure, flexibility and scale, and operation governance and sustainability. So to future-proof your environment, your print environment, we will start with the foundation, the technology infrastructure. Our recommendation is to move away from legacy print servers and outdated printer models. Instead, invest in universal print ready or IPP capable printers that support modern protocols. Equally important is the ability to upgrade firmware and stay compliant with emerging standards. You don't want to be locked into hardware that can't evolve. We're also advocating for a modular container-based approach. Things like print connectors and microservices give us flexibility without overhauling your entire environment. And of course, we recommend a cloud-based print management layer that scales and adapts within your environment. This ensures your print services grow with your organization and not against it. The second pillar is flexibility and scale. It's critical for distributed workforces and for growing organizations. So we recommend a hybrid print architecture, cloud first wherever possible, but with smart fallback paths for edge cases or specific on-prem needs. It's also essential to support remote and multi-site printing, so users can print securely from anywhere, even from outside of your network. And as your environment grows, we ensure that your print policies and quotas scale with you. This includes grouping, rule engines, and user-based controls. Finally, we look at workflow automation through APIs. So integrating printing into your broader document lifecycle, whether that's print to archive, secure routing, or automated approvals and those workflows. The final pillar, and often the most overlooked, is governance and sustainability. So we deploy proactive monitoring and analytics to catch issues early, tracking device health, usage trends, and alerting before downtime happens. And for cost control, we implement enforceable print policies like defaulting to duplex, grayscale, or setting per user quotas. And then from a long-term standpoint, we help you build a fleet refresh roadmap. So phasing out older, inefficient printers on a planned cycle. And none of this works without people. So we include training, ongoing change management, and recommend forming governance committees internally to keep things aligned across those departments. So future-proofing your environment doesn't just mean buying new equipment. It means aligning your technology lifecycle with business and the compliance needs. First, we encourage proactive budgeting for firmware upgrades, device replacements. Too often, organizations get caught off guard when devices suddenly fall off of support. Next, we're seeing more value in leveraging manufacturer cloud platforms, whether it's remote management tools or built-in diagnostics. These platforms give us a greater visibility and control over those environments. We also track device end-of-life timelines and help clients plan for replacements before they become a risk. So this ensures continuity and avoids unsupported hardware during compliance audits. We focus on adopting universal standards across your environment, like IPP and universal print, to increase compatibility and reduce reliance on outdated drivers or infrastructure. And finally, we always align this modernization with your compliance posture. For example, we make sure your roadmap supports CGIS, HIPAA, or other vertical specific frameworks. It's not just about future-proofing for convenience, it's strategic alignment for sustainability, the compliance, and long-term value overall. So how can ABS and Comsys help? Since we've covered the risks and what's changing, we'll explain a little bit more of what we can do. So first, we've developed a comprehensive readiness assessment process. So this allows us to quickly evaluate your current print environment. We can identify risks or limitations with universal print compatibility and map out a clear path forward. Second, because of our OEM partnerships, we stay aligned with the latest firmware updates and cloud feature releases from top print manufacturers like Canon, Kyocera, Sharp, ensuring that you're always working with up-to-date supported technology. Third, our team handles full implementation and training support. That includes configuring universal print, integrating with identity and security systems, and training your staff on any of the new workflows. And finally, we don't just set it and forget it. We offer ongoing management options, helping you monitor print activity, remaining compliant, and ensuring that the system continues to meet your business needs over time. So whether you're already on universal print or you're still figuring out your path, we're ready to help guide and support you. So to make it easy to get started, we have created a universal print readiness assessment that you can download on your own. This document helps us gather key information like your current devices, firmware versions, print management tools, security requirements, and overall infrastructure. And we'll use this to determine compatibility and identify whether upgrades or cloud integrations are needed. We will be providing this to everyone that's attended the session today so that you have the opportunity to complete this on your own. Or if you prefer a more personal approach, we are also available to book one-on-one calls with our team. We'll walk through your environment together and help build a customized readiness plan. Any of these meetings, these one-on-ones, these are low pressure educational sessions, and we're just here to help you with moving forward with us or not. You'll walk away from those meetings with a clear understanding of what your business needs to stay compliant and prepared. Now, with all of the technology changes and everything kind of coming quickly as Microsoft adapts and makes us all adapt with them, we wanted to give an opportunity for anybody to have an open conversation or ask questions. So I will open it up for questions now, and I will check our Q&A and if we've gotten any. All right. If anybody does have any questions, clarification about IPP, Windows Print, all of the different changes that are coming through, please reach out and let us know here in the chat in the Q&A, or ask and we can likely unmute or let you participate that way. So yes, a reminder for everybody here, there is going to be a recording available. We will send that out to everybody that was registered. So anybody that missed the first portion or any parts of it and has questions, we will send that out, and then also available for answering those questions for you after the fact. Also, let's look here. Yeah, so question, will we update leased printing equipment to stay compliant within these protocols? And so part of this is we have a bit of time before we start having some constraints because these will be forced out in 2027. We're starting these conversations now. That way we can be sure to get those on a replacement plan and follow any compliance or any needs that you could have. A big takeaway that I would want everybody to have from this is being cautious or mindful of what changes in your network are happening. If we have anybody that goes through and implements this new IPP or the Windows Modern Print platform through Mopria with Microsoft, and it's not done following any of these protocols or kind of preparing for this, you could end up breaking some of your print workflows and processes. So we just want everybody to be mindful of that as we start to make those decisions. Great question. All right, we will continue to stick around here. if anybody has any other questions. But otherwise, thank you so much for attending with us, and please reach out if you have any questions. Thank you, everybody.